And now, live from the Coca-Cola Southwest Beverages Porch.
Good morning. Tulsa comic artist Peter Bedgood has turned his love for art into a full-time job. He's joining us this morning. So great to have you here. Good morning.
Thanks, Tess.
Okay, so your cartooning skills helped create the movie Hoodwinked.
Yeah, design the characters.
And you also are the creator of Human Beings. Talk a little bit about your work and how you got started in art.
My dad was a preacher, and I was not very good at listening, so I would draw instead. So I'd spent a lot of time drawing as a kid, and then as school developed, there was a lot of talking there that I could draw through, and then I turned out to be just an avid doodler. I just cartoon everything. I can't help it.
Talk about all of the things that you've done, because you've got Human Beings.
Yes.
Share a little bit about Human Beings, who that is, and that comic strip.
Well, I used to be a transporter at St. John's, and we had to move the bodies very fast, and you have to get the nurses to sign off on your card, and it helps make friends with them very fast. So I would draw these little cartoons and leave them around, and then when I was fired because I was a bad transporter, I was taken back to the break room for the shift, the nurses, and they showed me all the little human beings that they had posted and kept over the years and or the months. And yeah, so that's when I started realizing that there must be some value to these little doodles. So I started doing them all the time, every day. And I put them out in little calendar form every year.
Where can people find your work?
Decapolis, Lambrusco's, Ida Reds. That's about it right now.
So you have an international following, actually. Where has your art taken you?
Well, Hoodwinked was a big hit in Europe, and when I was traveling in Europe, some kids found out that I was the designer of this characters, and they wanted to see how to make them themselves. So I ended up teaching art class in Holland and in Germany to kids that I couldn't speak to very well, but I could draw for, and they loved it. And I just learned that, drawing transcends language.
Absolutely. So what are you working on right now?
Right now I'm working on a graphic novel called Shelley Fell Asleep, and I'm still doing posters for Evan Hughes and his comedy shows, and I do comedy myself, so a lot of times I do posters for my own shows, and I'm getting engaged. I am engaged. I'm getting married in October. My fiancée is Lacey Rains, and she's doing a show at the Lowdown called Face On. That's April 5th. Check it out. And
a little plug for her. Hey, while we've got the camera on you right now, show your shirt, because you also created that. What do you call it?
This is my Okie from Muskooltee.
Muskool tee. It's a skull tee.
And it says Okie, and it's a skull, and I just sold the bunch in Kansas. They like them in Kansas. Who would have guessed it?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure they like them here in Oklahoma as well. Peter, so glad that you're here,
Thank you, Tess.
that you joined us this morning. We're going to get more information about you and all of the art that you create and your t-shirts over on our website. And while you're there, you can submit ideas for our Coca-Cola Porch segments. That's newson6.com/porch.